Hello and welcome to Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and yes, we're bringing you another installment of Curves Bootcamp. Except this one is my design. It's kind of a funny little, makes use of a bunch of different little techniques, and this video might be a little bit longer, but I call the block Illusions. So, now, before we get started, Rianna from Kick Ass Quilts is just starting her YouTube channel, and she would probably love to see and chat with you on her channel. So tell her that Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore sent you over there. And if you like what you see over there, share, like, and subscribe to her channel as well. And we also have, now, when we're filming this, because we film ahead, I don't know whether we're voting on the next virtual sew date that we have on Zoom or whether we've decided. So I will put all that in our show notes as well, as well as Kick Ass Quilts link. But we also have a Facebook group where we join and gather and share pictures and all the rest of this. But right now we're making use of those rooms. And yes, we're still learning how to use the rooms, and not everybody is good with using rooms, but we're trying and making it work. But it gives our members of the group a chance to get to know each other and chat with people all over the world that you wouldn't normally get to meet. So come on in, we got to get some sewing done. Okay, for this block you're going to need two red squares that are 5 inches by 5 inches and two black 5 inches by 5 inches. Right now, I have already drawn with the Quilter's Magic Wand the lines on either side, and that's basically what we're going to do. So first, you got to get your little sub unit done before you can start your big unit. So I sew down one side. I'm making half square triangles, and I sew down the other side. And I do that to both of them. Okay, and I flip this around. Ugh. There we go. Ah, why is this machine walking at that? Okay. Alright. Yeah. Well, there we go. Nice, easy. We have done this several times. You know, making those quarter square triangles. And that's what we're going to do now. Next is we're going to just cut up the middle of this. Right? Just cut up the middle. Nice and neat. Easy work. There. There. Now, you're going to press to the dark side, right? And making sure that you're going to press all of them to the dark side. Very quick little finger press on all of this. Okay. I tried to choose something that was a little bit brighter because I figured, okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to line those seams up and make sure that I've got them nested really well, because that's what you need. Okay, and get both of them nested well. There we are. Yes, perfect. And just like that. We're making them opposite, so we're going to make like hourglass blocks, basically, is what we're doing. And this block relies on like a light and a dark, well, or a medium and a dark, something bright and a dark. Yep, something bright and a dark. Oops, there we go. Now, with all of that, you're going to now mark it again, because you want to mark this on both sides of your line, right? Oh, and the cat is here. Oh yay, the cat. A day without my sewing room buddy. Now, I'm not going to be able to see that one very well, so I'm going to do it in different, I'm going to do it in pen. I think the pen would be best. Blue pen would be best. There we go. Do I see that better? Yes, I do. Okay, I'm just going to mark the blue pen on the black. I'm not going to... Now the other way you could do this too is you could just cut them in half and sew them like regular triangles, but... Okay. There. Now, we're going to sew this again. Starting from one side. Going down. Making sure that is nested really well when you come to that intersection. Yeah, you make sure that, ooh, it kind of all of a sudden pulled on me. Yep, it's nested good. Okay, it's nested. Alright, there we go. Now I clip all those threads. Okay. All those excess threads get clipped off. And start putting some stuff away because I've got too many tools out. It bugs me. So now you're just going to cut through that again. And now you're going to have those little hourglass units that are going to look so great. There we go. Now you pull out your pins and you take one at a time. Now you take the center seam like this, you pop it open like that, right? You just pull on it and it breaks that center seam. So now all of these seams are spinning the right way. So and you just keep doing this, just like that. And that gets your block line flat. I know there's a lot of people that'll go like, wait a minute, again, pop. And there we go. Nice. Last one. You made 4 of them, by the way. And we're showing you from the back. We'll show you from the front in a second. This is the block you've made. Basically, these are quarter square triangles. So now what you're going to do is you're going to sew them like this, right? With the red and the black together, right? Okay, so you're going to, oh wait, I'll go like this, and that would make more sense. There we go. So you're making this design with this block, right? So now we make sure when we're sewing this, we want to make sure some of those little dog ears are off, and I'm going to switch over to my 1/4 inch foot because this doesn't have to be fancy or technical or anything else, because you do all this and then you cut it again. So we're just going to cut off the dog ears from what we're going to sew. And we're going to, now with this way, the 1/4 inch triangle has got no bias on the outside. When you do it this way, and you want to make sure everything nests perfectly, so you want to make sure that that gets in there best you can. Here we go. There. Now, we're going to do this, and we're just going to trim off these edges, and this, and this. There we go. There. There we go. Now line the edges up down here. Yes, we've got it perfect. Now here's where you would put a leader and ender in, just to make your life a little easier, and you wouldn't be wasting thread. But The leader enders, you make 2 blocks at once, and wow, does it work great. You get a lot of quilting done very quickly. Now, this is the block, this is what we're sewing next, right? So one is going to be pushed this way, and one is going to be pushed this way, right? So your seams are being pushed in opposite directions so they will nest. Now, there, and we're just going to trim off these little dog ears here and these little dog ears down here. There we go. All right, now, there we go. Okay, get it all under there, onto the right. Okay, now, as I'm going through, I prefer this clipped because then it's easier to pop those seams in the middle. But, I mean, that's me. If you prefer to leave your webbing intact, you can. I'm trying to get the sharpest point possible, so there we go, and all the way to the end. Now, so this is what we have now. Oops, let's get some of the extra fabric bits out. Okay, so this is what we have now, right? And it looks pretty cool just the way it is. But of course we have to fiddle with it. Of course we do. I mean, you know, life isn't complete unless I'm fiddling with something, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up my ruler, my circle ruler, oops, right along, and I'm going to put the middle lines down, and I'm going to put my edge right here, and I get a 7-inch circle. Yes, I do. I get a 7-inch circle. So, I am not going to be able to cut that, so here, let me just cut this off camera. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I have it flat, and because there's so many seams, there we go. So, what I've done is I've tried to cut away the circle, and of course it missed the point. So I'm just going to hand cut this circle, the rest of the circle off, just like that. And the end, here we go. That goes into the dog bed stuffing. I have enough dog bed stuffings now to make several of them. So now this is where my points are matching. So this is why I do this. I get this a little bit, break it a little bit, and it lies flatter. So now I have 8 marks here just from my colors, right? So now this was a 7-inch circle. It's now going to go into a 6-inch hole. So I have got this all ready to go, and I've just pressed this, and I'm going to make a 6-inch hole, and I got to move this off camera a little bit so it lies nice and flat so I don't cut myself. There we go. And now we're going to do the same technique that we did when we were there. We're going to do the same. This goes, I'm going to keep this, I'm going to cut bricks out of it. This goes now into this. Okay, this is bigger. Is it bigger? No, it can't be bigger. How much bigger is it? Oh, that's good. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to fold this open. Here, get this out of the way. Okay, I'm going to fold this open, and we're going to fold this open and flip it this way. And we're going to start, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my registration marks in first. How's that? That would be smart. Because then I know exactly where I have to be. And you just want to do a little 1/4-inch clip, or not 1/4 inch, 1/8 clip, just so you know where you're at. And now you fold it again to make that 8th registration line. because you've got 8 lines here. And you want to make sure you got all of them clipped. Oh, you missed it. Just a little. No, I got it. Okay. So now, I'm going to lay this out. Put this down here, like this. And push that over, out of the way. Okay? So now I want to make sure that that registration line is right where my seam is. Yes, it is. And I'm going to slip this under my needle and do a little back stitch right there, because I've got a 1/8 seam now to work with. Right now, you can do this with crumb blocks. Right? I mean, you can add crumb blocks in. You just cut them, and the circle bits, you add to other circle bits. Now, where this seam is where you're matching up to this registration line right here. Right there. So that's where that's got to go. Now, there we go. Nice match. Couple of stitches back, forward. Now, rearrange. These are so much fun. And they're great use in kind of a cool modern block too, right? They don't have they don't have a traditional feel to them. And you want to make sure your seams are all going to lay flat and go the right way. Now, okay, there we go. I want to make sure this goes together nice and slick. Yes, it does. Okay, now I'm flipping. My seam is starting to flip, so I just put my needle down, I push it closed, and I'm like that. And I got my just a little bit extra support. And now these are nice, even though this is a smaller circle than we normally inset. This is just a nice, easy sewing project because you're still not doing a really tiny seam, a tiny circle. We will be teaching how to handle tiny circles and how to do one-hand sewing. Now, this is the line we want to match up to this registration V, right? You see the V there? Okay, so that's the one. We're going to move it over and press it in place with your finger, yeah. And go back and forth. Now, we're halfway. Just hold on. Now, this is our next line that we're going to try and do a registration on. So we want this nice and neat. There we go. There. Okay. Alrighty. And sometimes you can hold them up a bit in the air so it's easier to maneuver. It's kind of a when I was playing around with this, I thought the red, white, and black was a good combination. Because I love red, white, and black. I know it's kind of an older combination, but I just love how those colors, I love how the reds is such a dark, because it's got the most value of all the colors, right? So you can do lots with red, white, and black. Okay. And line up your registration line, go back and forth a little bit. And last one. This is more about getting it in line than anything else. There we go. And there. Okay. Oh, there it is. Almost said pop in place. Okay. Now, with these multiple ones, where there's a bunch of seams on the edge, or when you do crumb blocks or string blocks, the fabric's going to want to go a certain way. So we'll get to our ta-da moment and I'll explain to you how we do this. So this is my block Illusions. Now this works with a bright and a dark. This is one of the ways you can, you can do this. And people are going, how did you do that? How did you do it? Because they're looking at a quilt from like this distance. Well, you made 4 hourglasses and you cut them into a circle and then you inset a circle. Now I can make this any size I want because I've left it into like it was a smallish scrap. It's not quite a fat quarter. So I can cut it down to, a usable size like 16.5 or 12.5 or whatever. I'm still going to have my block Illusions in the middle. And this is a good one to use for when you're looking for, let's say you're doing a sampler quilt and you want to try different ideas and different concepts. You can take this and make this any size now, because it wouldn't matter if it was a tiny, like 7-inch or 8-inch block, right? Because this is only 6 inches, right? I think it's only like 6.5 inches. So you could put it in an 8-inch block and it would look great. And people would go, how did you do that? But your background has to be the same color as one of the colors within the hourglass. That's what gives it the illusion of this floating, crazy, wackadoodle pinwheel thing going on. So I hope you have fun with this one. It was a lot of fun to play in my scraps and get some fun ideas out of there. And just have a chance to cut into some stuff that has not seen the light of day for a while. So I hope you have a glorious week ahead, and I hope everything is turning out well for you and your family with this coming winter season. And I want you to just take care and be well. Okay, you take care. Bye. My husband and I would love to thank you for coming along with us on our little fun adventure here that we're having. We do have a Facebook group now, and that Facebook group is got some very, very talented quilters in there, and we love sharing and posting pictures and commenting, and it's been a lot of fun. And the advantage of the Facebook group is sometimes I drop patterns in there early, so you kind of get a hint as to what is coming next. After the nosegay sew along, we're going to be doing Curves Bootcamp right away. So we'll get you sewing those curves, and it'll be fun. It'll be a lot of interesting little blocks that we've got to work on. But we would like you to share, like, and subscribe. Telling your friends about us and letting them know that you kind of like our channel, that means so much to us here. So you take care. You have a fabulous week ahead. Okay, bye.